Hey guys, so this video is all about how to sign up for an account under a platform I'm going to be using for math for a little bit. This platform is called Khan Academy. Khan, like as in Star Trek. I don't know if you guys watch Star Trek, but what we're going to do is we're going to use this for a little while under our decimal learning. Okay, so if you've already found this video, you already see your assignments sitting right in here. Okay, I want you to click this link where it says link for class. It's going to bring you right here to the classroom I've already created. I'm going to have you create your own account because creating 67 accounts takes a really long time. So you're going to hit this page. It should say join your class, Team Beeler. You're going to hit create new account. It's going to ask you what is your date of birth. So you can put in your date of birth. Hopefully you know your birthday. My birthday's July 18th of 1989. And then you're going to hit continue with Google. Okay. You're going to hit continue with Google. It's going to open up and it's going to show you your at D51 schools login. Click it. Just like when we do any of this in class or we do stuff with Google, just hit continue with Google. Then it's going to bring you into a page that looks similar to this. It's going to ask you a couple questions. The first question is going to ask you is what grade are you in? I want you to hit fifth grade. I'm going to kind of change some stuff for you guys depending on where you're at, where your skills are. And so right now you're all just going to plug yourself right into fifth grade. You're going to hit continue. Then it's going to ask you all this stuff. All I want you to do is click math right here, fifth grade math. That's it. All right. Then you're going to hit continue with one course. It's going to bring you into your main page. Your main page looks like this. It shows you everything right in here that fifth grade has in math. All right. You're going to go into see all and it will open up into a bunch of stuff. Okay. Luckily, what we need is right on top. So that's helpful. We are going to concentrate in 3 areas for the next couple of days. Okay. So you can jump back and forth in all of these areas. We are going to focus in decimal place value, adding decimals, and subtracting decimals. Okay. If you want to hop in and out of other things, there's things that you guys already know how to do. Division and multiplication, add and subtract fractions, multiply fractions, go for it. Okay. This right here is important. This shows how many points you currently have. I was doing this for a while last night because I really like just doing math. So I was doing this for a while. So I'm going to show you. This matters. Okay. I told you need to work for at least 30 minutes, which it shows me your time that you've worked on here. So you need to work for at least 30 minutes or get 1,500 mastery points. And I'm going to tell you about those in a second. So we're going to say that you log on and you go, okay, I'm going to look at decimal place value. Perfect. You're going to go into decimal place value and it's going to feel a little overwhelming. It's okay. All right. It has chunked these by different skills. Okay. So if you are struggling with a particular skill or you already know how to do something, you can spend more time on it or skip it. All right. So right here, it says decimal place value introduction. All right. Place value names and the value of a digit. Some of you guys might be like, I already know how to do that. Cool. Move on. Decimals on a number line to the thousandths. If you're like, yeah, Mrs. Beeler, I already know how to do that. Cool. Good news. You don't have to spend a bunch of time doing all the lessons if you already know them. So come down to here and take the quiz. If you pass the quiz, it'll give you a bunch of points for those mastery points, and it will show me that you already know how to do both of these. All right. If you're like, I don't know, I don't really know how to do any of that. Okay. Good news. Right here, it shows you. This is a lesson for you that talks about just place value with decimals. It's going to walk you through the steps. It's going to help you out. If you're like, I kind of know, but maybe I need like a quick hit. Good news. Anything that says review, it's going to just go over a few things for you real quick so that you can be like, oh, yeah, no, I get that. All right. These little pillars with the little crown on top, that's important. That shows me where you're at in that skill. So like right here, I have mastered place value names. If this is completely full, I've mastered it. If it's right on the bottom, it means I really don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to spend some more time in it. If it's in the second one, that's like kind of like our grading scale. So this right here would be a 2. Like you're kind of getting it. You need some more work. All right. And then mastery right up in here. So you want to have those completely full. if you go through this and you're like, okay, I'm going to take quiz number 1, good to go. All right, decimals in expanded form, we haven't done that yet. So that might be something you either want to skip for right now until I get to those lessons, or you can watch the lessons yourself and kind of go through it. All right, you have forms, you have comparing decimals. If you're like, oh, so good at comparing decimals, awesome, go and take the quiz. All right, so you're going to spend some time in these. It keeps on going. If you hit all of these and you're like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, go all the way to the bottom and take the unit test. And that way it just shows me you have mastery in all those levels. If you look right up here on mine, it says 1,480 out of 1,500. I have 99% mastered. That means there's something in here that I haven't 100% got. So how I can do that is I can look through this skill summary. All right, so it's full on those, full on those, full on those, full on those, full on. Oh, there it is. Right here, comparing decimals. So I need to hit this piece right here in order to finish out this lesson. So I'm going to click it and it'll bring me right to here. And this is what I need to do. Notice how it says take unit list to level up. I can click that and that will give me my full level. There's a lot of you that there's parts of this you're like, I can do that. And then there's parts of it you're like, what does that even mean? That's okay. There are some things in here we haven't gone over yet. So what you can do is you can go back and forth between 3 subjects. You can look at decimal place value. Let me back out of it. And work on this one. You can also work in adding decimals and subtracting decimals. Okay. So you just have to get 1,500 points total in these 3. Okay. And it'll show you right here. I have 1,480 right here and 0 and 0 because I haven't got there yet. All right, so if you're like, okay, I did all I think I can do in decimal place value right now, go into adding decimals and see what you can do in there. And it's going to be the same thing. It's going to have the learning piece, all right? But what if I don't know how to do this? That's okay. It's not necessarily in order. It's just kind of giving you some chunks of stuff. All right, so maybe if I go to adding decimals visually, that sounds like something I could probably do. It's going to open this piece up right here. They're not super long. It gives you like kind of a timeline, but it doesn't take that long. All right, so I'm going to go into it. I'm going to go, all right, I'm going to practice this right now. What's cool about this is there's a board, so you can do all of your work on the board, or you can just do your work on paper. You don't have to give me that work, okay? So I'm going to go, okay, 4/10 plus 1/10 is 5/10, so I can go 0.5 and I can check and it's going to tell me, sweet, got it. All right. But all right, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go a little bit further. Super exciting. Find the sum of 25/100ths and 6/10. All right. Say I don't know. And I go, I'm going to do this. Or say I'm just kind of being a lazy person and I'm just like, I'm just going to put in numbers. It doesn't count your time. It doesn't do all this if you just run through it and do numbers. It's kind of like NWA where it shows me like, hey, this person just kind of rushed through and didn't do anything. Okay. Take your time. All right. 0.1. Yeah. Oh, okay. Here's the important part. Some of you guys get stuck on this when we do different things or we're instructing on different things. If you get it wrong, you get all bummed out. Not a big deal, okay? Not a big deal at all. If you're like, I don't know, like I don't know what I did wrong, I'm not sure. If you click this little guy right here, you can do all of your work on this page. All right, if you see that, sorry, you didn't see that right there. It'll give you all your workspace. If you don't know, good news. It says stuck. Watch a video, get a hint, all right? If you're like, I can't get on here, you can get help. If you just move on, it's not going to count it as being done, okay? So if you're just, I don't care, I'm just going to hit move on. Don't, okay? Take your time. If I'm like, okay, I'm going to get some help and it showed me a video or it showed me a lesson where it kind of went through it, I'm going to go, oh, okay. So I have 6/10 right here, and then I have 7/10 right here, 8/10, and then 5 more. So I have 85. Or excuse me, 85/100ths. All right. Sweet. Okay. So you're going to go through and you're going to do all, not all, you're going to go through and you can work again in place value of decimals, addition of decimals, or subtraction of decimals. All right. You need to work for at least 30 minutes or get 1,500 points. You might get 1,500 points in 10 minutes. Congrats. Like you're good to go. Okay, work on those 3. If you have any questions, make sure you ask me. And here's kind of something that will maybe help you. If you want to double your time or your points, so you can either work for an hour or get 3,000 points, and then I won't make you do Dreambox today. Okay, so if I see that you worked for an hour or I see that you did 3,000 mastery points, I'll count that as your Dreambox today. Deal? All right. So go through, get your account, set yourself up, work on decimal place value, adding decimals or subtracting decimals. If something messed you up, go back in this video and watch it. All right. Good luck today, guys.